Hello everybody, this is Space Scout 100 and welcome back to some more Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations Turnabout Reminiscence. In the previous episode we had explored this hallway, found out what Gumshoe was really doing in it, and talked to Detective Bad to clear things up. In this episode we are going to talk to the judge to clear things up about his testimony. So if you like what you see, leave a like down below, comment if you have anything to say. Subscribe to me if you haven't already, and share with your friends so they can enjoy this for themselves. I had a nice week off, process all this information, and I just kind of woke up from a nap, so let's get started. Your Honor, I'd like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder? Do you suspect me of something? No, nothing of the sort, Your Honor. Very well, you may continue with your testimony. Your Honor, it's your testimony I'm after. No! I had no idea you were chasing after me or my testimony. I'm getting the sense that I might want to avoid being in a trial run by this judge. Let's see here. Now then, how should I put this? When you get to be my age, you need to pay more frequent visits to the restroom. If you go take a look through the window at the end of this hall, you see a small window. That's the window to the men's restroom. Oh, I see. That's what we can see on the other side. In other words, you can clearly see into this hallway from the men's restroom. Not a very good building design. When I was going into the restroom, that detective, Gumshoe, is it? Well, he was standing in front of the vending machine, buying something from it. However, and this I couldn't believe, when I was about to exit the restroom, there was not a soul in the hallway anymore. Your Honor, if you could please calm down and explain it to me rationally. Oh, I'm really sorry. Please let me regain my composure. It was really suspicious. That's what my finely honed judge's intuition said. Although, well, until the murders occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. Apparently this judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. The restroom window, huh? I wonder if you can really see into the men's bathroom window from that one there. Oh, that was Francis, never mind. You can, I'm looking at it right now. Short jokes. I demand that you show me this view advanced. I suspect that her height is what's limiting her ability to see. It's probably all I'm going to find out from his owner. Mr. Edgeworth, may I return to my other duties now? Yes, I'm sorry to have held you up. Thank you for your cooperation. Oh, anytime, Mr. Edgeworth. Anytime. Since judges in this country seem rather friendly, yes, not a little wishy-washy. However, I hear that they are known to hand down very fair verdicts. Investigation complete! I believe I now have a very firm grasp of what happened here. Well, I do too. Alright, Francisca. Would you care to share what conclusions you've come to? Why should I do that? We're still in the middle of a competition, you know. We should be checking to see if your conclusions are wrong first, so you go ahead. It's almost cute that she's going this far to ensure that she wins. Almost. Very well. But first we need to pay his honor a visit to correct his testimony. If I may, I'd like to test your witness testimony to see how it stands up. Do you doubt me? I'm your new suspect. In a sense, I suppose you could say that. Even a judge is nothing but a common witness before a von Karma. Silence in the courtroom! Silence, I said! Yeah, what he said. You bit your tongue again, didn't you? As a defender of the law, I could never give false testimony. You can even place me under an oath if you want. Very well, then. Your testimony, if you please. Oh my god, those speed lines. When I saw at recess. Pardon my gross eating. During the recess, I went to the restroom. There's a window on the hallway side. In other words, you can see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw that detective buying something from the vending machines. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. A detective that goes missing while on duty. That sounds mighty suspicious to me. Your Honor, can you please try to remain calm? Oh. So you used to simply listening to testimonies that I got caught up in the excitement. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to spoil your fun now. I like how we're on opposite sides of the courtroom, on the opposite desks. During the recess, I went to the restroom. There's a window on the hallway side, in other words, I could see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw the detective buying something from the vending machines. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. Objection! What was that finger wag for, Mr. Edgeworth? And don't you know it's rude to shout out an objection while someone's giving testimony? Ha! If you truly are a man of the law, then you must always be vigilant. For example, I myself should never let an opportunity to shout objection pass by me. As Edgeworth, it's one thing to be passionate about your job, but this is real life. So what some people may say is the pot calling the kettle black. Your Honor, I wonder if you might take a look at this for me. What is that filth? How dare someone dirty the hallway bench like that? Who is the culprit? The party is hereby found guilty of uncleanliness. You must know the uncouth Ben Sullier has already been placed under arrest thanks to your earlier testimony, Your Honor. Oh? That's good. But who was it? We were able to discover something from the smudge on the bench. Namely Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints. Not happy with committing just the murder, you have to go out and dirty the courthouse too. Guilty! Your Honor, please calm down. While it's true that the detective is the one who made the mess on the bench, we have not yet established that this action is related to the double murder. What do you mean? I believe that Detective Gumshoe bought a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine, and then promptly sat down on the bench to eat one. crumbs and pieces of chocolate on the floor under the bench, and Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints proved my conclusions to be true. Oh, but I still don't understand. Is the whole thing related to how I couldn't see him as I was leaving the restroom? It is indeed. The window in the hallway was built rather high up into the wall, at around a grown adult's chest height. As evidence, I submit that Francisca herself was unable to see out that window. No! I knew I shouldn't have used that height as evidence. But basically what this means is that the area directly under the hallway window is a blind spot when the hallway is being viewed from the men's restroom. Then... Seems you have made the connection. If someone were to sit on the bench under the window... Yes, even if someone as large as Detective Gumshoe would effectively disappear from sight. What? Do you finally see, Your Honor? The testimony has just proven that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway the entire time. Hold it! Sorry. I didn't mean to say it with that much enthusiasm. All I wanted to do was try to say it once more. Here, let me try that again. Hold it! Is there something of value that you'd like to say? Yes, actually there is. I remembered something else just now. Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to testify to the court one more time. Even if we were to overrule him, he would just keep talking, wouldn't he? That might not be a bad thing. The more information, the better in a perfect investigation, right? I saw part 2. I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. However, that doesn't mean the detective was sitting there when I looked. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about the probability of the most important detail. As I was leaving the restroom, I heard a loud bang of a gunshot. What was that? That is the testimony of one who judges the crime of others. Your Honor, could you try to state the important facts first next time? I agree, before you go around judging others, you should learn to judge your own words. I'm sorry! Honestly, I thought that sound was just a noise popper just till now. Now that you mentioned it, right before we restarted the trial, we did talk about that. Oh, by the way, somebody's celebrating a birthday during recess. I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off. Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson. The most critical point in this argument is when did the judge look into the hallway? And whether that lines up with this when the gun was actually fired. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to clarify a few details in your testimony. It's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. Hold it! In that case, you can see that you were overconfident in your last testimony. Now hold on there! Like I said, it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window this time. But you know something? I don't think you know when the prints you referenced were on the bench, do you? Well, you have proven that it's possible that the detective was sitting. So, a problem with that, with just when those fingerprints were left. Right, I've yet to prove when the fingerprints were left on that bench. While he feigns ignorance, his Honor has seen a lot of life. This judge, I mustn't underestimate him. However, that doesn't mean that the detective was sitting there when I looked. Hold it! As we established, you went to the restroom during the recess. However, at what point recess did you look in the hallway? After I called for recess, I handled the change of prosecutor paperwork. Maybe about 20 minutes until we reconvened? Yeah, that sounds about right. Just as I expected. What do you expect? I demand to know what all knowing smile is for. Your Honor, that statement you made is just very important. I'd like for you to append it to your testimony. Alright, if you insist. Let's see. I looked in that hallway about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. Objection! Wait, what? Something stuck in my throat. Can't allow you to make an objection. What? Your Honor, I'm really sorry, but I cannot allow you to not allow me to make an objection. Egads, I've been overruled! Your Honor, there's simply too many holes in your testimony for my taste. Well, what do you mean by that? Claim that you had the gunshot during the recess, but that's simply not possible. Mr. New Prosecutor, recommended by Manager Von... Instead of biting your tongue, why don't you bite something else? I see that you have no mercy for the elderly either, Francisca. Don't talk back to me unless you want to be whipped in the back. With your height, you'd be needing a stepladder or a fall to accomplish that. Mr. Edgeworth, my ears are not that far gone yet, I'll have you know. I can see you just fine. And I heard the sound of a gunshot loud and clear to my own 2 ears. Ha! Your Honor, I have here an interesting bit of testimony. It's from Detective Bad. According to him, he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again. What did you just say? Your Honor, you just said that you heard the gunshot about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. And he explained this glaring contradiction. That can't be! Unfortunately, that is the truth. I heard it clear as day! Bang! The loud sound of a gunshot! The sound of the gunshot will keep returning to its point of contention. That piece of evidence, I always did wonder why I found it where I did. However, now I understand what that gunshot the judge heard really was. Unfortunately, Your Honor, this is what really produced the gunshot you heard. Take that! I found the object in the hallway earlier. What is that big substance? It may not look it, but it's actually a piece of balloon. I see. I suppose you would like me to accept that pink balloon into the court record. Your Honor, I present this piece of evidence in order to overrule your testimony. What? Your Honor, your argument goes as follows. You saw no one in the hallway when you heard the gunshot. Now, there is no guarantee that the detective was sitting on the bench at that time. Therefore, you believe he must have been at the crime scene in defendant lobby number 2. Am I correct? Yes, that's exactly right. Let me ask you something. Do you think that the gunshot you heard was produced by a real gun? Huh? I think I've said enough that even you could figure out the rest on your own. Your Honor, you were too fooled by the popping of a balloon thinking it was a gunshot. What the manner of trickery is this? That was a good effort you put forth, Miles Edgeworth. But as if it was me, I'd have things wrapped up this thing before just even testified. Try to elaborate on how one ends something before it can even begins. Well, to be honest, I did think that the sound was a bit off from a real gunshot sound. But who could have guessed that someone would pop a balloon in a place like this? That's true. One doesn't usually think balloons in conjunction with courthouse. I want to trade these coins with you. That's it. That balloon the girl was holding, it explains everything. Your Honor, if it makes you feeling better, you didn't lie once in your testimony. However, I can't really vouch for its accuracy. Aw, the judge is so sad. Man, the judge is so sad that he couldn't give testimony. Who knew that giving testimony could be such a difficult thing to do? What have I done? I owe Detective Gumshoe a very, very big apology. I will see to it myself that he is released. Wait. There are still a few things I have yet to resolve about what happened in the hallway. Your Honor, I request that you have permission to further question Detective Gumshoe. But why? I thought we just cleared his name! Whether we did just now or not, I still cannot say. The only thing I can do for now is to continue in my quest for the perfect explanation. And to that end, I must resolve the remaining issues pertaining to the events that occurred in the hallway. Very well. Bailiff, please bring Detective Gumshoe in the courtroom. I must fulfill my mission and find the perfect explanation to this case. Oh my god, the judge's voice! Ugh. Why did I pick that voice? Anyway, we're gonna end it off here for today. This went pretty smoothly. Now, I do want to make a point in saying that I don't remember this case. I mean, I remember the premise of it, but I don't remember the specifics. So this is kind of just going off of the logic. So, but I'm sorry if I'm moving too fast for you guys to think about it on your own. That being said, in the next episode of Miles Edgeworth's Attorney Investigations, Turnabout Reminiscence, we are going to further question Detective Gumshoe to try to figure out what actually happened in the hallway. I will see you guys.